Now, let's stay with what's expected on Monday, because the National Joint Operational and Intelligence Structure, NATJOINTS, is updating South Africa on safety and security measures being put in place ahead of the so-called national shutdown called by the EFF and others. Let's take you there live right now.
Violence, the burning of tires and placing of rocks and debris to blockade roads, as well as looting, will not be allowed. The destruction of property, whether it be private or public property, as well as business and economic sites, is against the law. The NATJOINTS also closely monitoring the situation and the social media mobilization that is currently unfolding. Incitement of violence through any platform, including social media, as well as the sharing of inflammatory messages, are criminal offenses according to the Cybercrime Act, where social media users can actually be charged for intimidating and incitement to commit violence. Therefore, members of the public are cautioned against spreading messages that seek to mobilize communities to shut down roads, intimidate and incite violence, as well as messages encouraging damages to economic sites. We have also noted instances where supporters mobilizing for protest action has now extended into stores where our shoppers are going about their daily lives. We view such acts as not only provocative, but also as a deliberate attempt to instill fear and to bully business and shoppers into participating in the protest against their will. We caution those behind these acts to refrain from instilling fear and from bullying our community members and businesses. That said, the NATJOINTS at this point wishes to reaffirm our parallel responsibility to also protect protesters. Therefore, we are still encouraging our organizers of the protest to rather work with the security cluster through the metros and municipal police at the local level, so that the law enforcement agencies can protect the protesters as well. We are working closely with a multitude of key stakeholders in a fight against crime, including the private security industry that serves as our force multiplier and our eyes and ears on the ground. We call upon our communities to work with us by distancing themselves from any acts of lawlessness in the best interest of our country. We call on all people in the South Africa to uphold the law and to say no to any action aimed at breaking the country's laws. We take this opportunity to recognize and appreciate our community patrollers who are also servicing as our force multipliers. Our key stakeholders, the community policing forum structures across the provinces, who are also at the forefront of advocating for law and order. On Monday, most school children will be at home. The NATJOINTS encourages the youth of this country not to involve themselves in any form of criminality which could lead them to obtaining a criminal record, thus jeopardizing their own ability to secure employment in future. We are encouraging our communities to report any wrongdoing and any suspicious activities to the nearest police station, or by calling the Crime Stop number 08600 10111. Those with access to the smartphone and or Android phones are encouraged to give tip-offs anonymously on the MySABC app. There is a dedicated team monitoring this for agent investigations. So if you see something, say something timelessly to ensure that we collectively take a stand against any wrongdoing. Lastly, the NATJOINTS assures members of the public that enforcement of the law will be executed within the relevant prescripts to ensure stability in the country. This is our update to the country at large that there will be no shutdown. We know of a planned protest. To say there will be a national shutdown, it's rather misleading. Everything from business to services will be fully functional and operational and accessible. We are not going to allow lawlessness and acts of criminality. Those who are found to be at the wrong side of the law will be dealt with accordingly. The work of the NATJOINTS is cut out for us, and as such, we are already on the ground and we are ready to respond to the call of duty. Members of the media, it all system goes. I thank you.